Good morning. It's day 52 and the weekend's coming. Friday today. So really I just wanted to give you a few tips about losing weight and maybe trying to keep the weight off. A few people have asked, they're worried about going on a diet, then coming off a diet and stuff. Sorry, I had to move you back a little bit. My bag's under my eyes today. Anyway, so, the first thing is don't skip breakfast. I am terrible for skipping breakfast. It sets you up for the day. If you skip breakfast, you're more likely to eat more. Around about 11 o'clock or whatever, you're going to think, God, I'm starving, can't wait for lunch, 1 o'clock-ish. So you're going to start picking. And when you start picking, then you start putting weight on. So don't skip your breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. Eat regularly. I mean, have breakfast, lunch, dinner. Eat plenty of veg. Veg is great for filling you up, especially veg above ground. It's got less sugar, less starches, and it's better for you. So, eat plenty of veg. Get more active if you can. It's hard for me to get active, but if you can get more active, then do that. Little bit of exercise. I mean, I'm not saying join a club or go running or whatever, but a little bit of exercise. Go for a walk. Have your evening meal, go for a walk, or instead of taking your dog out once a day, and letting her out in the back garden the rest of the time, take her out 3 times a day. Instead of getting a lift, walk up the stairs. Just little things, little extras to get you a bit more active and get your metabolic rate going. Plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. That helps immensely. If you drink a glass of water before a meal and a glass of water after a meal, it fills you up. Okay, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, God, I'd rather have a bar of chocolate or I'd rather have some sweets after my meal. Well, yeah, wouldn't we all? But we want to lose weight. So the way to fill yourself up is drink, and plenty of it. And I don't mean ale. Eat high fibre food. Yeah, that's a dig at you. Eat high fibre foods. High fibre foods are really good for you. If in doubt, read food labels. If you don't know how to make something and you think, oh, I'll get a jar of food or a jar of something to make a curry or whatever, read the food labels and then you'll know how much you can have on that particular label. If it's a curry or whatever, you know how much of that curry sauce you can have. So if in doubt, read your food labels. Use smaller plates. I mean, my dinner plates, they're like that. And I mean, dinner plates these days don't have the rim in. I mean, mine don't. But if you can get a dinner plate with a rim so that you know you can only eat inside that rim and not fill the whole plate, then that'd be better for you. Or get a smaller plate. I mean, they do plates now where it's all sectioned off. Something like that maybe. If you're struggling, I mean, not everyone struggles. Don't ban yourself any foods. I mean, banning foods is going to be the worst thing, because the more you ban something and the more you love something, the more you're going to crave it. And if you're craving something, you're more likely to go ahead and just eat it and then carry on eating it. I have banned foods, but only because I can't have that food in little portion. I just can't do it. So the only way for me to do it is to actually ban it altogether, which I have done. Yeah, it was a killer because I was craving it really badly. And even now sometimes, especially that time of the month or whatever, I crave it. But I just know that if I have that little tiny piece, that's it. It'll be a bar and it's chocolate. I just can't have a little bit of chocolate. I have to have the whole bar. So try not to ban yourself foods. Other foods I try to keep off. If I get a craving, like I've got a craving for jam toast, then I had a piece of jam toast And you know, once I'd ate it, I thought, did I really want that? I had a craving for a kebab, and we got a kebab in. I had a tiniest bit of that kebab and I gave it away because it just wasn't what I was expecting. So don't ban yourself from having something. If you're really fancying it, just have a little bit of it, have a little slice of it, have a, you know, just to satisfy your craving. Because when you do that, you probably think to yourself, God, that was so sugary, or that was so not what I wanted. So yeah, don't ban foods. I remember when I was in hospital, I was in hospital for 2 or 3 weeks, and I didn't eat anything at all. And Mark came in one day and bought me a box of Mr. Kipling's cakes. And we sat there, and I'd been dying for a cake. And we sat there and we opened them, and I bit into this cake. And it was like somebody had given me a jar of sugar to eat. I couldn't eat it. It was so sweet. I ended up giving them to Mark and saying to him, take them home. I just couldn't eat them. So if you do without something for long enough, and then you have it, you will realize, you'll taste the difference yourself. I mean, sometimes now when I'm walking past, well, not walking past, but going past a pub or going past a restaurant, and sometimes I smell the food, and all I can smell in that minute is grease and fat. And I think to myself, oh God, that smells disgusting. Unless it's an Indian's, of course, and then I quite fancy it. But, you know, just don't ban anything. Just try and have it in moderation. Clear out all your junk foods. All junk foods got to go, because if it's there and it's easy to get to, you're more likely to eat it. Hard if you've got kids, so give them one cupboard. Don't go near that cupboard. Yeah, you know it's there. Yeah, you know what's in it, but don't go near it. Cut down on alcohol. I mean, a standard glass of wine. Now, who has just one standard glass of wine? But a standard glass of wine has got as much calories in it as a piece of chocolate. Now, to me, I'd rather have the piece of chocolate, but can't have that. So try and keep off the alcohol. You've seen quite a few men with beer bellies. They haven't got those beer bellies because they've eaten chocolate. They've got those beer bellies because they drink beer. I mean, you know, if you try and keep down or cut down on your alcohol, then that's better for you. As she says, I'm not a big drinker, but sometimes when I do go out and I am sociable, excuse me, I can quite easily polish off a bottle of Prosecco to myself. So, you know, just think, would you rather have that bottle of Prosecco? Or would you rather have that bit of chocolate? Or do you know what? Would I rather lose the weight? Plan your meals. Plan your meals and plan how many calories you're going to give yourself per day and stick to it. That way, I'm only on about 600 to 800 calories a day. I know I can't go over that. I don't want to go over that. I mean, why would I want to go over that? Because I'm going to put weight on if I do that. So plan your meals and try to lay off the carbs and the sugars. I mean, carbs and sugar, they're not your friend. You'd be better off having something with fat in it than you are having carbs and sugars. I know it sounds stupid, but you know, that's how it is. Man-made, pre-prepared meals. Okay, we all have that day. Can't be bothered cooking, go to the freezer, get out a lasagna. My God, have you actually looked at the ingredients in that lasagna? The sugar, the fat, the salt. It is absolutely ridiculous. They pump all this extra stuff in that we don't need just to make it taste better. And you know, if you just spend 20 minutes in the kitchen, I mean, because you're talking about preparation time. Once it's in the oven, it's in the oven. So, you know, make it yourself. You know what's going in it. Use your lean mince, use your lamb mince, use something that's, you know, it hasn't got a lot of fat in. You know you're not going to put sugar in that. You know you're not going to put salt in that. So yeah, do your own cooking. Keep away from shop bought curries, lasagnas and all that sort of stuff. And pies. Why is it hard to lose weight and to keep it off? Well, firstly, when you diet, you eat less. And when you eat less, your body goes through changes. Your metabolic rate slows down because you're not munching constantly. So it's hard to lose the weight. So little and often, you know, if you're having your breakfast and you're having your lunch, you want a snack, a piece of fruit or carrot sticks or whatever, that'll keep your metabolic rate going. As I said, if you skip meals, you're going to go into starvation mode. So you're not going to lose weight. And I know because I've been there and I've done it. So keep going with your meals. Yes, you're going to lose weight probably a little bit slower. I mean, okay, some people say, oh God, it's taking ages to lose a pound. Well, I'm sorry, but you know, most of us, me included, I've spent 30 years putting weight on. So if it takes you a couple of weeks to lose a pound, so what? A pound is a lot to lose. You know, so get yourself on track. Normally, keeping it off is normally down to lifestyle. You put yourself on a diet because you're overweight. So you think, I'll go on a diet today. So you're on your diet and you're doing really well and you're losing weight and it's coming off slowly because, you know, it doesn't come off that quick. But it's coming off slowly and you think, oh, I've lost a stone or whatever. But that'll do me for now. And then you go back to your old way. That old way is the way you put that weight on in the first place. So you don't want to go back to your old way. You want to, when you're on your diet, think of the new ways that you're going to be and you're going to be doing when you get back to, I'll say coming off the diet. It's not coming off a diet. Life, when you're overweight and you're overweight as much as I was, your life becomes a diet. You have to watch everything you're going to eat or you're going to go and put all that weight back on. So all that hard work you've done for months on end will have been for nothing. And yeah, I've done that too. You know, I've been on a diet before and I lost 6 stone. And I went back to the old ways of eating and put that 6 stone back on. And another 3 on top and another 3 on top of that. And got to where I am. So it's about lifestyle changes. When you've finished doing what you're doing to lose the weight quickly. I mean, I'm on shakes. I can't do shakes forever. So I know that when I've come off those shakes, my life has got to be a new life, a style change, an eating habit change. I can't go back to my old ways. I can't go back to having 3 takeaways a week or having, I don't know, fish and chips on a Friday and a Monday or whatever. I know that little bits I can have. If I've got a birthday coming up, if there's a wedding coming up, if something happens, then yeah, things are going to happen and you can have it. But if you want a takeaway, limit yourself to 1 takeaway a month or, you know, something like that. Don't go back to how it was before because you will be so sorry because all that work will have been for nothing. So it's all about lifestyle change at the end and sticking to that lifestyle change. Know your limitations. I know I've waffled on a little bit today, but the weekend's coming and a lot of people get stuck of a weekend or they'll change their weigh day to a Friday so that they can have that treat. And then that Friday leads into the Saturday because, well, it's the weekend, isn't it? So, you know, I'll have my treat Friday night. I'll have that bar of chocolate or that bag of Doritos. And then Saturday you think, well, I was a bit bad yesterday, so I'll finish off what I was eating yesterday today. So there's Saturday gone as well. And then the Sunday comes round and you think, well, I can have a few potatoes with that roast dinner. And I can have proper gravy and maybe a Yorkshire pudding with that roast beef. Because I was bad Friday and Saturday, so I'll start again on Monday. That's 3 days. 3 days of your hard work you've just messed up. You know, it's very hard to go out and have a meal, or to have a meal in and then get back on track. Very hard. Because usually when you've had that meal, if you've been to a pub or a restaurant, that meal's been bigger. And you've probably sat there and thought, I'm not going to waste it. So you've ate more than what you normally would. And then the following day you wake up and you're starving. And you're thinking, oh, I don't fancy a shake, or I don't fancy my scrambled egg and my bit of turkey rasher. So I'll have some jam toast. And then after your jam toast, you're thinking, oh, I'm still a bit hungry. Because you've had your carbs. So you're thinking, I'm a bit hungry there. So I'll have some digestive biscuits with my cup of tea. And it goes on and on and on. And I don't want to see all the hard work that you've done. You put the weight back on. So try and limit it. You know, if you know you've got something coming up and it's like 3 weeks time, then why eat now for them 3 weeks time? You know, just go out and have something nice, or try and, if you go out, try and pick something that's more, I don't know, diety food, as we should say. Try and eat something more like that and not overindulge. And once you're full, leave it. You know, walk away. Put loads of Tabasco sauce or tomato sauce, if you don't like it, all over the meal, so you're not going to go back and pick. I mean, I found that with the kids when they were little, you know, making their dinners, you'd be picking at what you were dishing out for them, or if they'd finished and they'd left stuff on the plate, you'd be picking at it. So I got the kids to start taking their plates out into the kitchen themselves, and I'd say to them, put washing up liquid all over it, so that I knew when I went in to scrape them plates or to wash them dishes, that I wasn't going to pick at that food. Anyway, a few ideas for you. And as I say, I have a lovely weekend this weekend. And if you are going out, just think about what I've said. And if you're not going out and you're thinking, oh God, I can't do this, carry on. You know, it'll be worth it. Won't be here the weekend, as you know, but I will be back Monday to see how you've all done over the weekend. So until then, I shall love you and leave you. If anybody's got any questions, or if anybody wants to ask me anything, then send me a message or an email. And click the link, show your friends, subscribe, hit the bell. And I believe Hitch Up and Tow have got a new video out today as well. So if you'd like to pop over to Hitch Up and Tow's page and give them a like and subscribe and hit the bell, then please do. Until Monday, see you soon.